Yay.
Hey, you
What's
too.
up?
Babe, can you stop? What's up? This is Eddie Berrios from the
It's
Bronx.
Marty
I got my
from the
wife
Bronx.
messing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Baby, I'm live. Come here. Come here.
Nope.
Come here. Give me your hand.
Nope.
Let me show them your ring.
No.
Let me show them just
No,
your ring.
no,
You don't
no.
have to put your face in there.
No.
Just the ring.
No.
Who's darker? Me or my wife?
That's what you want? Bitch, I know I'm black.
My baby's black and beautiful. Hey, sorry y'all. This is Eddie Berrios from the Bronx, and my wife fucking with me every time I'm making a video. I just watched a video by eman67, and it was a great video. This is not my content. I have some added, comments about it, but it's all his, and it makes a lot of sense. Once again, I want to say one thing. I don't feel all black women do this. I don't say all women do this. Some black women do this, and this is basically to the ones who do. And I don't want to get bashed by y'all beautiful black women. I'm just letting you know, there's the ones that do. I don't agree. On his comment page, you got a lot of brothers saying, yeah, 98% and 95% of them are like this. That's bullshit. Because these dudes, they don't even know 10% of black women. They don't even know 2% of the black women of the United States. So to make a comment that 7 out of 10 black women do these kind of things, that's bullshit. So I don't believe that one bit. But a lot of black women do this. And his story is about the black woman's bias against the black man. Black women having certain expectations of a black man, they say to themselves that they're not bashing them. So a black woman can have certain expectations of a black man, but it's not bashing them. Come on, babe. Stop fucking with me. Get your ass back in your room. I'm gonna whip your ass when I'm done.
Yeah, right.
I love you. All right. So this lady keeps messing with me. All right. So black women having certain expectations of a black man is not bashing them. But if a black man has certain expectations of a black woman, that black woman says that man is being judgmental. So basically, this is one of the big hypocrisies of a lot of black women today, especially dark black women today. So they will jump on a black man in a minute if he dates a lighter woman or outside of his race, but rarely get a rise when a dark black woman does it. So you see all these people online. You see specifically like Rashida Stroger. She's always attacking black men for dating light women, but she doesn't get on. Very rarely she won't get on a black woman for dating a lighter man. As we know, her herself dates a light man, but she's always attacking black men for dating lighter. So that's one of the hypocrisies of a lot of black women today. Someone in the comment section of eman67 said black men feel. No, a black woman said this on eman's comment. She said black men feel that they are automatically entitled to the black woman. This is not true. Not today. In actuality, today, especially, it's the black women who feel they are entitled to the black man. You notice how black women attack successful black men who are dating light blacks or outside of their race? It's online all day, every day. It's there. They only do it because the brothers that they are attacking are rich, famous, they're millionaires, they're in the public eye. They're definitely not talking about the brother who's working in McDonald's flipping burgers. They don't give two shits about him. He can date whoever he wants. He can have a big fat white girl. Nobody's got nothing to say about it. So And that brother working in McDonald's flipping burgers, these women that talk all this black man dating light woman shit, won't even give that brother the time of day. They won't give him the time of day. But they have to attack a black man who's successful, and the black men that they attack, these women know themselves that they have no chance in hell of bagging that man. So the next best thing to do is attack him. Call him a basher. Tell him he hates black women. He doesn't love black women. A successful black man who won't date a black woman with 2 or 3 kids are considered by black women as bashers and self-hating. Why? Because he has certain standards. Black women do this all the time. You won't date that brother because he works in McDonald's. You say you won't date a man if he's not taller than you. You set all these standards for yourself to find a suitable man that you feel fits you. And most of you who set all these high standards really don't have anything to offer. So how is it different? Why is a black woman's standards different from a black man's standards? So you, as a black woman, are allowed to have your standards, but the black man is not allowed to have his? Why is this? Is it because you know you don't meet his standards, so you bash him? It's all about preference. That's it. People have certain preferences. Me, myself, I'm Puerto Rican and black, and I don't date Puerto Rican women. I prefer black women, preferably darker black women. So does this mean I hate Puerto Rican women? Of course not. I love my Latina sisters. I always have and I always will. But as far as dating, I prefer black. I wouldn't even call it a standard. It's just something that I prefer. I have my standards too. I don't want to date, I have standards. Just like you black women have standards. Black men have standards. Some of the most hypocrisy today comes from the single black mothers. She requires a black man to be successful with a nice house, a car, a great job. He must be tall and a long list of standards of what she is looking for. They do this all the time. And yet, these single mothers have 3 kids by 2 different daddies and work in fast food, and some don't even work. But they want the best. Yet, they have nothing to offer. For most men, this is not on their standards list. They will still lay with that woman, but they would never date a woman like that. Lots of black men. And they will question you. These black women will question you and talk shit and say, "Who are you to judge me?" But that's it. They're not judging you. It's just their preference. They prefer not to date a woman with 3 kids with 2 different daddies. Or even 1 daddy, 2 kids, 1 kid. Some men prefer not to date a woman with kids. To them, that's baggage. That's a standard. That's a preference. Why is that any different from what you women are doing? There's no difference. So if you don't fit his standards, then he's being judgmental. That there is just pure hypocrisy. I don't understand it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Not all the time. Maybe some of you can, but most of you can't. You, as a black woman, can have your expectations and standards when it comes to a black man. But a black man can also have expectations and standards as well, without you calling them bashers and haters. It's basically black women saying the black man has to be perfect. Basically, when you watch some of these women online, they're talking about being with a successful man, he has to have this. Basically, you want perfection. But they have to accept you as you are. And if they don't, then they're haters and they're bashers and they're judgmental. That's the big thing you women say. They're judgmental. Aren't you judgmental? If you won't date a man who's taller than you, I hear some black women talking about, I want a man who's over 6 feet tall. When there are so many great men that are 5'8", they're 5'9", just under that 6 foot. But you guys have your standards and your expectations, and that's what you want. So we can say you're being judgmental, but you don't. You just call it standards. But when it comes to them doing it, they're judgmental. Think about it. Eddie Berrios from the Bronx.